Hello and welcome to Gamebridge Fieldhouse as we gear up for a pivotal must-win Game 6 for the Indiana Pacers here in the NBA Finals. OKC holding a 3-2 series advantage after a disappointing Game 5 on the road for the Pacers. We've done enough kind of going through that game over and over again. It wasn't good, but obviously all eyes are on Tyrese Haliburton. Eli, his health status directly correlates to the Pacers' chances in Game 6.
Yeah, he's been having some ankle issues, some soreness, and then the most recent one, the one that we've been talking about lately, is a strained calf that he suffered in that Game 5 where he ended up leaving the game. He came back, but not a factor whatsoever, and 0 field goals that he made throughout that game, 0 for 6 from the floor, I believe, and so now it's just, what's he going to be like in this Game 6? So he was out here, he was practicing today with the team, obviously not a hard impact practice, but he got some shots up, and of course Rick Carlisle says that he hopes he can play, but it's going to be one of those game time decisions that we're just going to have to ponder on leading up till tip-off.
Yeah, no question about it. Look, are the Pacers better with Tyrese Haliburton out there? Yes,
oh, yeah.
Absolutely. There's no question about it. But you want to look ahead to long-term health, right? Because when you start getting in the calf and ankle region, you know, the term Achilles starts coming to mind, and that's certainly not what we want for Tyrese Haliburton. On the other hand, this is the NBA Finals. This is Game 6. If you lose this, you lose the NBA Finals. Your season is done. The stakes could not be higher. So you have to weigh all those different outcomes and all those different, points of focus leading up to an ultimate decision on Tyrese Haliburton. So we'll see. He said, you'll hear from him in a second, but got to be smart about it. I trust the staff, trust the medical staff, and we'll go from there. But the Pacers team is different when he's not on the floor.
Yeah, and I think the players, they mentioned that too when we were kind of doing the little pod thing, guys talking here on the floor. They are going to go to bat for him. They're going to do whatever they can because they've given them so much, and they're going to battle it out. And it's got to be, if Haliburton isn't 100% and he can't be that full effect that he is, other guys are going to have to step up. That's what it is in sports. If a guy is hurting, you pick up the slack and take care of business from there. So there's no excuses at this point from this team, and they'll certainly have that mentality heading into Game 6.
No time to feel sorry for yourself.
That's right.
You got to win or your season is done, right? And as far as on the floor goes, turnovers, rebounding, second chance points, all points of interest for the Indiana Pacers as far as the Thunder are concerned. Thunder have all the momentum. They've won back-to-back games in this series. We'll see if the Pacers are going to get it done, but we got a chance to hear from all the Pacers, including Rick Carlisle, on Wednesday ahead of Game 6.
If Tyrese plays, doesn't play, how much confidence do you have in TJ McConnell and whatever role he has to take on, especially considering what he's done throughout his career now?
Yeah, I got confidence in a full squad, man. Not just TJ, all our backup guys. Even just someone as like Johnny Furphy can step up and play some minutes. I think everybody's prepared for the moment, and again, the moment is as big as it's going to get, so I think everybody will be ready.
Miles, how are things different if Tyrese isn't 100% and doesn't play?
Obviously, he's a head injury behind our offense and whatnot. He makes a lot of things go, but again, I'm still very confident in guys that come in and fill the role.
Okay, teams have gone back to the homegrown part this time, starting 24 exactly. What's it been like that?
Even the first couple of games, they did the same thing. They just did it at a later time. So I think that, they do a good job of mixing up their lineups. You're not going to see the same lineup, at the same times, every game. So, it's no different than we've seen the first couple of games.
Last home game of the season, regardless of what happens, when you continue, how you expect that environment to be? What does it mean to play on this stage in front of these fans and for an opportunity like this to
Yeah, I think so. I expect it to be the best crowd, that we've had all season, and honestly, just in my years here, just with the moment, what it is. It's just it's not every day you get to go to, NBA Finals game. Something you tell your kids about one day, So, history is something that's literally in the making, as we play that game. So I expect a great environment, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
How are you feeling health-wise? We have the cold or whatever. Are you over that or still working through it?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, that's the best way I can put it.
Anything else from Miles?
All right.
Oh, wait, one more.
Oh, what? What's up?
Sorry. You guys got to have it.
Please.
This is the first time in the series of being behind in playoffs. How you guys do it? That's in this specific moment.
You got to play like you're always behind. That's what I like to tell people. So even when we were ahead, we want to have the mentality like we're behind. So that it doesn't change.
Miles, you want to go one before the bench guys, just the reserves all season and how they've stepped up for this group when they've needed to and perhaps might need to again in Game 6.
Yeah, no different than what we experiencing all season long. I expect our guys to come in with the attitude that it's do or die, and I expect everybody to be ready.
What has made that group so effective? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 down the roster.
I think that they mirror a lot of things that the starting lineup does, but then they do it with a lot more energy at times. So they bring a different type of energy and focus to the game, and whether we're up or down, they can be. We know we can rely on them like we never do all season long.
Hey Miles, this is the first time you guys are trailing in a series in this playoffs. Does that anything change in your mindset ahead of the next game?
So I'm gonna tell you something I told last buddy. We started the series off, with the mentality that we were trailing and whatnot. So with that, our mentality, it can't change. Obviously the circumstances have changed, but your mentality can never change.
When you took a look at last game, what were your biggest takeaways from what you guys did so far?
I mean, the most glaring thing was the turnovers. You can't have 25 turnovers for 32 points and expect to win the game. You do a better job, obviously, controlling the glass and whatnot. I think we won the glass, but they still had 17 offensive rebounds. And then offensively, just more fluidity when playing the style that got us here.
You guys are unbeaten when you go over 110 scoring in this postseason run, with or without Tyrese. What do you guys need to do a little bit better? You just touched on it a little bit on the offensive end of this next game.
Yeah, there's more touches. Continue to keep the ball moving. We play at a fast pace. We continue to play at that pace, and just be more aggressive, man. They had 12 more shot attempts than us, so we had to continue to try and get a clean look every possession.
Remember Rick talking to us about how you guys were told about the incoming potential trophy ceremony for Boston last year in the conference finals when they had 3 wins. Has he kind of shared any similar messaging this year about motivating or anything like that?
Yeah, but he shouldn't have to. I think it's just the overall pride and ego, that comes with that.
All right, thanks, y'all.
About specifically this last game, what are the main points you think you guys need to improve to the next stage?
I think we got to stop turning the ball over as much. That's the main thing. I think that will help get shots on the rim and allow us to really compete in the game.
We saw Tyrese in the practice. He made some shots. What you can say about future his conditions?
Yeah, that's a question you asked him. Yeah.
Guys off the bench, so many games this season, somebody's been able to step up, and multiple guys have been able to. Just what has made the reserve group so effective all this part of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've been together the last 2-3 years, and I think the continuity and the togetherness is there. I think they all got a real belief in each other, and they play hard. They're together.
Miles talked about how they kind of mirror the starting five also. It's just kind of that continuity of the lineup. It seems to have been what's made it the most effective. You guys see that?
Yeah, I think continuity with any group allows for guys to feel comfortable out there on both sides of the court, and allows the best product, for sure.
The energy that they bring sometimes. There's always a spark from at least one of these guys. You guys see that come on the daily here? See it in practice? You see it on the off days?
Yeah.
Just in general?
100%. I think we always talk about how deep our team is, and there's a different guy every day that can bring a little bit more and give us that boost that we need to get over the hump, Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah, you've been one of the best perimeter defenders on this team. So, OKC will have one game where they score 3 threes, and the next game they make 14 of them. How has it been to kind of change those defensive strategies that a team can win so?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to stick to what you're doing and double down on what's working. And sometimes tough shots are going to be made in the league, and you got to tip your head and keep moving forward.
This opportunity tomorrow to force the game 7, back against the wall. What's your mindset going in? It's a challenge, but I imagine you guys are embracing that at home.
Most definitely. It's an exciting challenge. This is the things that you get excited about, you play for. It's going to be fun in here, and it's leave it all out there. It's a do or die. You don't want to regret anything.
Drew, has that hit you yet that this will be the last home game? It's been such a special season. I know you don't want to look back on it yet, but this is it. The field house for what's been an incredible year.
No, it's exciting. I know that's going to be rocking in here. We love playing in here. Can't wait to get out there. Yeah.
If you step back for a second and think about this team, their style of play, OKC, their style of play, does this feel like a transitional moment for the game itself? Like little kids watching at home, the game has changed, evolved a lot over the years. How do you think about these two teams, this finals, and what it says on this stage?
I mean, I think depth is key at this point. It allows for fresh guys to be in there, and a fresh guy is better than a guy that's maybe a better guy that's a little bit tired. You see the versatility on both teams, on both sides of the floor, allows for different matchups, different lineups, versatility in the game and how you're playing it. There's a lot of different things that can be unpacked with that, for sure.
Yeah,
You've obviously been one of the best defensive players in these playoffs, going up against Brunson, now against Shea. Who did you learn defense from? Do you have someone in mind? Who did you watch, study to be the defender that you are today?
Man, I think not really somebody I watched. I think my pops always taught me at a young age to compete and play on that side of the floor and play it hard, you know. I've always been the guy that took on the matches ever since I was a young guy. I've just learned to get better and learn different tricks and gadgets and people's tendencies.
Going into a game like the game you guys have tomorrow, you've obviously been a competitor your whole life, as you just said. How do you feel? Is this like the ultimate test for a guy like you?
No doubt. I think the playoffs in general is the ultimate test, or the finals in general. But a closeout game, do or die, it's things you live for, things that make the game fun, you know? For sure.
Any more?
Thanks, man. I have one question. So you Pacers have had several comebacks throughout the year, whether in regular season or playoffs. How much does that give you confidence being down to 3-2 in this series?
We've had individual game comebacks, yes. Haven't been down in the series yet this year, but have last year. We're just focused on one game at a time, you know, and trying to leave it all out there tomorrow.
Drew, obviously, a lot of times over the course of the last 3 years, you've had to pick up the games where Ty hasn't been able to play. Just how much does that prepare for a situation like this? You just can't, number one. Number two, just how do you see the kind of approach different teams are taking on this defense as a point guard that you have to do just to get the ball in the paint?
Yeah, no, those previous experiences definitely helped me and made me comfortable for this opportunity that may be presenting itself. In terms of our team, we all got to just make up for it as a group, you know, collective, be together, get the ball in the paint, play hard. Yeah.
Last one.
Sure, you've already been asked, sorry, but 110, if you guys are over that, you've won every game in this playoffs, with or without Tyrese. What do you feel like you guys need to do to get your offense a little bit more flowing in this game 6?
Say that one more time?
You guys are undefeated this playoffs when you score over 110. You haven't hit that the last couple. What do you feel like you need to do to get the offense flowing, with or without Ty this next
Get over 110. Yeah, get the ball in the paint. I turn the ball over less, to be honest. 25 turnovers, took 12 less shots than them. That's a big swing in the game right there. We need to get the possessions where it's closer for sure. Win the possession game.
Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
I think anytime in the playoffs, anytime you can play in front of your home crowd, it's huge. But especially when your back's up against the wall in an elimination game, this crowd can really will us to wins, and they have done so. And we need their very best tomorrow.
Does Tyrese and his injury kind of inspire you guys that he's going to play not 100% healthy? How does it inspire you guys to play harder?
Yeah, we all support him no matter what. There for him, and just like I said, the support's there, and play extra hard for him as well.
We're from Spain, and we always talk about your ability to change games. Where did you learn that? And is that something that you can teach?
I don't know. For me, I just try to come in and do my job, and that's basically what it looks like. Just come in and insert energy where it's needed, and shoot when I'm open, make life difficult on defense for the other team, and get my teammates the ball, and that's what I've tried to do my whole career.
We saw yesterday a very intense Indiana Fever basketball game. I don't know how much time the teams actually see what's going on, but how could they even fuel in a positive way, seeing their energy and how they do, because we know how close you're, like supporting each other. So seeing them giving it all, how much this can support you for tomorrow?
Yeah, we see all of them come to our games, and we appreciate it. I think the support back and forth between both teams is awesome, and we certainly support them to the fullest, and we love going to their games and showing support like they do for us. So every time they're at games, we certainly appreciate it, and we try to support them and go to games as much as we can.
TJ, you're just talking about obviously your role coming in, the OB bench performances from the bench in this series. How crucial will that be going into Game 6? Your guys' role coming off the bench.
Yeah, we just kind of got to inject energy like we always do. Our starters, have willed us here, and we just kind of got to go in there and, like I said, inject energy where it's needed and do our jobs.
talk about doing your job description could change tomorrow night. I guess there's a possibility that you could start. Have you talked to Rick about that, or are you just prepared for anything tomorrow?
Yeah, I haven't talked to him. Honestly, just I think as a bench player, role player, just be prepared for anything.
Do you embrace this challenge? It's one game or it's over?
Yeah, I mean, it's give everything you have, and that's what all of us are going to do. We're not going to leave anything to chance or any regret. We're going to give everything we have. We have no other choice.
TJ, Game 5 had a huge stretch, kept the game, kept the Pacers alive, and then you didn't return for the fourth quarter. Then afterwards, Rick said that you were tired. Were you tired?
Honestly, I don't even remember. I trust Rick wholeheartedly with his substitutions. Let's make one thing perfectly clear. Rick is a Hall of Fame coach. He knows what he's doing, and we all have the utmost faith in his rotations, his X's and O's. We all love him, and that's the bottom line.
Having said that, TJ, Rick talked last year about the conversation he had with you early in the season about what your role in the rotation was going to be. He said that was a very difficult conversation to have. How did you respond to that?
By putting my head down and going to work. I think coaches in this league have a tough job. You can't please everybody. So sometimes you're the odd man out, and you can put your head down and sulk about it and make excuses, or you can put your head down and go to work. And I chose the latter.
TJ, you have a lot of playoff experience. What has been the message in the locker room to the younger guys, not only from you, but let's say Rick Carlisle as well, as you just mentioned?
That there's still more work to do. We've been in this position before, so we just, we can't flinch. We gotta be ready for the challenge tomorrow because they're gonna come out ready. And like I said, we just have more work to do.
Have you seen kind of memes, the comparison between you, the free throw line breathing, and then LeBron James, the famous?
Yep.
What was your reaction to that?
Asinine. I'm pretty sure LeBron, when they posted that, he won that game, I think, and it's LeBron. So really no comparison there, to be honest. I'm just being real with you.
The love that you're getting is amazing, to see it, how does that make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome, but, like I said, there's really no comparison between one of the greatest players to ever play the game and myself. So honestly, flattered, but like I said, just trying to do my job.
TJ, you're not a sort of a high basketball IQ guy. People talk about you as a future coach. Can you tell me, just big picture, if you're commissioner for a day, what would you change about the NBA?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I don't know. I think he's got an incredibly tough job as well. I don't know what I would change, honestly.
How do you feel about the style of play?
I think it's exciting to watch, especially the style that we play. It's exciting. It's up tempo. People here certainly love it. So, I mean, credit to Rick and his staff for, implementing it here.
TJ, after that incredible third quarter, were you feeling tired? Were you feeling fatigued at all? Or does adrenaline kick in those situations and you were ready to go with the floor?
No, I'm always ready when my number's called. I mean, there was probably a point where I was a little tired, but if he was to go with me, I was ready, but that didn't happen. And like I said, I have the utmost faith in Rick, and I trust all of his decisions. We all do, and I support him fully 100%.
When Shea and Jalen are going like they did in game number 5, how tough is it to defend?
I mean, it's just they're great basketball players, honestly. Some of the shots that they make, you just got to tip your cap to them. But I think we can make things more difficult.
What is the most important thing you guys have to do to keep the season going?
I mean, I just think we have to leave it all out there. Leave nothing left to chance, and just play the full 48 and play to exhaustion for the full 48.
How are things different if Tyrese is not 100% and doesn't play the minutes that he usually puts in? How are things different for you guys, in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about an All-NBA type guy. If he's not 100%, so you miss a lot of his playmaking and the stuff that he does for us, and we all just have to pick up the slack and help him out.
Through practice today?
Just focused on this next game. we just got to go into this next game fearless and know it's 2 games left, but we got to get this one tomorrow first. So.
What is the most important thing you guys have to do to keep the season alive?
Just go out there, play our type of basketball. Bring 110 effort the whole entire game, and just do what we do best.
Hey, Obi, you have already played 100 games this season, and I'm just tired going one city to another in these NBA Finals.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell the people how it's to play a Game 6 after 100 games in one season? Are you tired?
No, I'm not tired. Still young, so got these young legs on me. But this is our job. We love to do it, and wouldn't want to do anything else. So.
Tyrese may not be 100%, but he's out there playing. Does that inspire you guys to try hard, especially leading up to tomorrow night?
Yeah, we got soldiers on this team. We're going to try and play through any type of injuries or anything. Ty's a soldier. He's most likely going to be good. We don't know yet, but we'll see how that goes tomorrow.
How do things change, though, if he's not the way we normally see him, not 100%, giving everything he's got?
Next man got to step up. Everybody on this team is more than capable of stepping up and filling in anybody's spot. So we just got to go in there and be dogs to get this win.
Remy, obviously, she's had some cute moments on social media. What does it mean for you to share this with her, and what's your kind of relationship with Tyrese and everyone?
My beautiful girl. She loves all the players. The players love her. But it's amazing to spend this opportunity in the finals with her. She obviously 3 years old, doesn't really understand what's going on, but it's kind of starting to click. She's starting to feel the different type of energy in here, and she's just bringing everybody love.
Does she know when she's coming to your game? Like, is that something that she's looking for?
Yeah, every home game she comes to. So she makes it to a couple of away games throughout the year, but every home game she gonna be at for sure. She won't miss it. She won't let us miss it or let her miss it.
You a while back doing like sign language, do you know?
Yeah.
Or can you explain like that?
Yeah, I did see that clip, but I was supposed to take a language in like high school for something. Like you have to take a language, and my language was ASL. I didn't want to take Spanish, it was hard doing that. And so it was like sign language might be the easiest one, and so I just took 2 years of sign language, and I know a couple words here and there.
Does it help you, connect with a couple fans here and there?
Yeah. Like you seen that video that went viral. There was this guy. I think his name was Harold. If I'm wrong, my bad. But I see him a lot actually, and we talk sometimes. But it definitely helps me connect with guys.
What does TJ inject into this team when he gets on the floor?
A lot of energy. He goes out there and he gives 110 every single game. Like doing little things, getting steals, being the fastest guy out there, getting into the paint. He's doing a lot out there when he's on the floor, and we definitely feel his energy.
What's that bond like between that second unit with him?
Yeah.
As seemingly kind of the leader of that group.
Like TJ does a great job at being the point guard in that second unit, or whenever he's on the floor. He draws so much attention, offensively and defensively. But everybody knows what they got to do when they're on the floor with TJ. We expect him to get into the paint. We expect him to move the ball. Like, we know what he's doing when we're out there on the floor, so it makes our job easier.
When Shane and Jalen get going in the fourth quarter like they did the other night, how tough is that to defend?
Those are two great players. But we got great defenders that's looking at film, watching film every day to get better, and hopefully that won't happen again.
Knowing that last game wasn't your best one, and you're so much more capable of doing. How important is that to have this fire now inside of you to show I can do more and I want to do more, and to help to bring more into the next game?
Yeah. Nobody's perfect. You ain't gonna have a great game every single game, but just doing whatever you can out there on the floor, whether it's hustling, getting loose balls, rebounds, little things like you don't have to score 30 points to have a good game. Just impacting the game differently, like setting charges or getting steals or being the first to the floor, 50-50 balls, just doing little things like that. We try to bring that into every single game. So,
what was it like to see Isaiah out here participating in ways that he can, given like today's 9 months of surgery? It's been upsetting not having Isaiah on the team, but he's worked extremely hard to be able to be out here with us today. But like I said, he's been working really hard every single day to get to where he's at. So can't wait for him to get back. What have these last two days been like as you guys have tried to kind of probably mentally reset, learn from the last game, but also move forward?
Yeah, it's just been studying them. We have 2 days to study these guys, have 5 games under our belt, so we can watch all those films and see what we did wrong. But we just got to come into this next game and play our type of basketball, be dogs, and do what we do best.
No difference.
D'abord, souvent l'anniversaire d'avance, le match de Mike, comment tu vas être initial avec ta famille de jouer un match numéro 6 à la maison, le jour de ton 23e?
Ça va être le fun. C'est quelque chose de bien, mais mon focus c'est sur gagner le match.
On a vu discuter un peu avec Coach Carlisle pendant la fin du shoot-around. De quoi est-ce que vous avez parlé du résumé sans aller trop dans les détails, puis de mentionner peut-être que vous attendez un rôle un peu plus grand avec Tyrese Haliburton?
Juste d'embarquer sur le terrain et de jouer comme c'était mon dernier match.
And when you think back to your time at the Latin Academy and that, how did that help you for these moments? What stood out to you about that entire experience?
About
the Latin Academy
in
Mexico.
Say it one more time, bro.
You went to the Latin Academy and was the star there, and I talked with their coach about that whole experience.
Sure.
What stood out to you about what you gained from that experience to now be a lottery pick and be where you are today?
It's a great question. I think that it really formed me as a man. I was super young when I went there to Mexico, and I was able to learn, the culture, the new language, and everything. So, pretty allowed me to grow a lot as I was alone most of my life, at a young age, and just being able to be independent today.
What was that distance like, away from your mom and your sister and brother?
At first it was hard, but I kind of got used to it quick, and I think that, like I said, it kind of helped me, become the man I am today.
Ben, you're known as such a high energy and intense player. In these home games, when the crowd is going and you're feeling it, do you have to do anything to kind of calm yourself down, or you kind of just go with the flow and live with the adrenaline at home?
Just going out there and, like I said, just play hard, man. Just play hard, having a lot of fun, and there was a big game tomorrow, so just staying focused.
Is it cool to see Isaiah out here?
For sure.
Unable to do stuff all year, but I think today was 9 months from surgery.
Yeah. For sure, it's crazy. Times fly, and I think that it's great to see him, being, smiling around and stuff like that. Especially he's been missing a lot of time. Last year I had a big injury myself on my shoulder, and I told him that, sometimes it kind of sucks that you can't be a part of what we're doing, but to always keep your head up.
What does that mean to this group? Obviously, with the energy, effort standpoint, I think you said on the podcast, like playing hard is a skill.
So.
Do you realize that when you see that in there?
For sure. I think I'm very, very, grateful for TJ, showing me a different aspect of the game. He just plays with heart even if he's not making shots, he's going to do everything he can, just to have high energy and going out there and just be TJ. Il n'y a aucune pression pour de vrai là. Le plus gros match demain c'est le plus gros match de notre carrière et il n'y a aucune pression. Tout ce qu'on doit faire c'est de jouer le plus fort qu'on peut demain et jouer comme si c'est notre dernier match. I just feel like players on the bench are gonna have to be ready. I don't think my intensity or mindset is gonna change a bit. I'm just gonna be out there and be ready, and
trying to be myself.
What have you guys fallen back on the last 2 years when you're in a tough situation? When you haven't been many losing streaks, but there have been times where you were down 3-2 to New York last year. So what do you guys fall back on in tough situations?
I mean, I think the best thing about us is we've been in those situations. I think that, well, to me, there's no pressure. I know for the rest of the guys, there's no pressure as well. So if you don't feel that tickle in your belly playing the game tomorrow, then don't show up. That's the most important thing. And I'm not saying I'm going to drop 40, but I'm saying I'm going to make sure that I get the rebound and I dive on the floor and play as hard as I can.
Has it hit you yet that this will be the last home game for the season? And it's been unbelievably special.
For sure. Great moment to be a part of. And, no matter what, like you said, it's going to be the last game at home. But I want to make sure that we win the game tomorrow and then we make history happen, Game 7.
Now, of course, you're going to get all the pregame coverage on 13 Sports. You're going to get some postgame coverage of Game 6. Win or lose, we'll be breaking things down right here on WTHR+. So tip-off scheduled for 8:30. Here it is for all the marbles in Game 6.
Again, where else would you rather be? Gainbridge Fieldhouse. This place is going to be on fire. It's going to be a lot of fun. Backs against the wall. It's a great opportunity.
Yep.
It's one of the reasons you play this game. And look, win or lose, let me say this. This Pacers run to the playoffs has been absolutely phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
What a team. What a run. Hopefully it doesn't end, on Thursday night and we can get a Game 7 back in OKC for really all the marbles for both these teams. All right, for Eli Gain, I'm Dominic Miranda here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Keep up with us right here on WTHR+. We'll see you next time.